And welcome to part 2 of Mega Man V. We're going after Neptune, and Neptune, according to his bio, if I can find it, there it is. His weapon can corrode any metal. He is trying to cut down his salt intake. Well, it's very important to cut down your salt intake, especially if you're a robot. A good point? He's a good swimmer. I'm shocked. A bad point? He has athlete's foot. He likes bathing in the sea, and he dislikes fishing. Because you see, he's a friend with all the fishes, and he doesn't like baiting them and hooking them, and yeah. Neptune stage has a lot of turret enemies, and these turret enemies, they're like met tools in that they pop open, and they're one-hit kills. But you gotta get close for them to pop open. If you don't get close, they're just gonna keep shooting. And, the big-ass ones, I just choose to slide under them and forget them entirely because they're not really important to fight, if you ask me. They can really fuck your shit up if they run into you. Some of these guys can take off a third of your health. A third! You know, I don't want to run into guys like that. No, thank you. And there's also these weird, flying enemies who explode when they die, so you don't want to be too close to them when you kill them. And of course, vents everywhere are steaming and letting out steam, and you gotta watch where you shoot, because wherever there are cracks in the pipes, if no steam is coming out of it, but you shoot it, then steam will come out of it, and that can get pretty fucking rough. I'll say that. Other than that, though, Neptune stage is pretty easy. You could take this one on first if you don't want to take on Mercury. It's all good, in my opinion. Mercury, I'm not sure if he has a weakness. I am pretty content fighting him with the Mega Arm. Because again, he's one of the easier robot masters to take on. If you want to get the free man and the health upgrade, you have to jump off the ladder, but well, that takes more time, and I don't want to waste time doing that. I'm fairly confident in my skills. One thing I never mentioned, which I'm not going to show off yet because I forgot to, but I show it off in one of the later parts. You do start off with Tango the Cat in your inventory, and Tango the Cat, when you activate him, he'll go like a Tasmanian devil or like Sonic the Hedgehog or something. He'll curl in a ball, he'll keep rolling all over the place until his energy meter runs out, and he just runs into enemies constantly trying to kill them. I've never actually tested him out on bosses, even though I probably should have, because he really fucks enemies up pretty damn nicely. Tango's a good accessory. But anyway, here is Neptune. And his strategy is pretty simple. He bounces across the room. You have to slide under the bounce, unlike me. And then he shoots a bubble wave that splits into 3 other bubbles that don't even reach you if you go all the way. And that's pretty much it. He also has this move where he keeps ground pounding and then water starts falling from the ceiling, I believe. But he rarely does it, and, you know, he didn't do it for me that time, so... Fuck you, Neptune. Fuck you. By defeating Neptune, we get a great new ability. And this is the thing I love about Mega Man V and Mega Man in Base. I love when you get a new weapon, they show you exactly what it does and what it does to enemies. I love that. So we got Salt Water. And pretty much exactly like Neptune tried to do to us, we shoot a bubble, it splits into 3 other bubbles. If it hits a wall, the 3 bubbles go off. Well, you just saw it, because this demonstration is amazingly great. I love that demonstration. Anyway, we're gonna go after Mars, who's in the bottom left there. Mars looks like a tank. How odd. Anywho. Mars is a battle robot who is equipped with weapons all over his body. Even his knee. I'd love to see a weapon with a knee gun. I don't know what I'm talking about. A good point, he's big-hearted. A bad point, he can't use an airplane. Okay. He likes survival games, and he dislikes surrendering. Uh-oh, so this is not going to be one we can talk out of. He's going to put up a fight. Then again, what robot does surrender? Do any of them surrender? I don't think so. These star droids are crazy. This Robot Master is actually, in my opinion, the hardest Robot Master in the entire game. How's that for a big statement? He's like one of the first 4 you can choose to fight, and yet he's so seriously one of the hardest in the game. But I will describe that in full detail when we get to him. For now, this level has a lot of jumping, I think they're monkeys who throw boomerangs. They appear to be monkeys, and there's a lot of landmines in the level, and they're hard to notice, but you'll know when you look at them. They're clearly there, and if you step on them, they'll explode after a while, so you don't want to be too close to them when they do. Those flying rockets can explode when you kill them, so you don't want to be too close to them when you do. There's a lot of exploding enemies in this game, and I don't care for them. It means you gotta stay away from people before you kill them. And, you know, I love to get in up close and personal. That turret is easily disposed of with 3 rocket arms, or mega arms, so you shouldn't have to worry about him either. Watch out for the spikes here in the pit. Like, see, those are 2 of the mines. They're clearly there. Now I've set them off, and so they will explode. Pretty basic. But yeah, Mega Man 5, what would I scale it in terms of difficulty? Do I think it's harder than Mega Man 2? No, I don't think it's harder than Mega Man 2. But it's not easy, you know? It's not Mega Man and base hard, but it's not like Mega Man 6 easy, you know? It's got the right balance of difficulty. The only thing I really dislike about Mega Man V, the checkpoints are fucking brutal. The checkpoints are so far in between each other that it's like, I could go a mile, kill a mini-boss, and keep going, and then die, and then I start off in the beginning of the level. It's ridiculous. That's my only beef with Mega Man V, is the checkpoints are way too spaced out. But other than that, you know, it's all good. Well, I guess my other beef is that it has a password system. Bleh. I don't want to memorize passwords. I hate passwords. Our turret friend we have to kill to get by, and these platforms are obviously the only way we're going to reach him. Don't fall in the pit. Falling in the pit is bad. I hate those damn rockets. A fully charged Mega Arm can kill them, but, you know, if you aren't charging them up as often as you should, it can get pretty hairy. It's just, they do so much damage when they explode next to you. And once they go up in the sky, then they try and home in on you when they fall down, and that's always brutal. Again, pick up as many P-chips as you can, because P-chips make the world go round. And we're going to want to buy some awesome stuff at the shop. And I'll be buying stuff after we get past the first 4 Robot Masters. Till then, here's the hardest Star Droid. I keep calling them Robot Masters. Blah. Now, Mars is weak against salt water. Now, I would use salt water, but the problem is, his method of attack is so damn tough that I'm not going to do that. There's this one machine gun attack he does where he just constantly shoots pellets. You can't slide under them, you can't even jump over them because he's shooting so many too often. So the only way to really counter that is to keep shooting your pellets so that you can destroy them all. And then he slides across the room real quick, leaving behind mines. So it's bad enough that you have to jump over him, but you have to make sure you don't land on the mines he leaves behind too. And he shoots these rockets and homing missiles. You know, Mars is not an easy fucker to fight. Salt water doesn't kill him nearly fast enough to make that weakness useful, and I need the pellet out to destroy that machine gun fire of his. So when you don't know what to do, Mars can be a real pain in the ass. Luckily, Mars is defeated, and we get his special little weapon. Sorry, Mars. You're just, I was expecting more of a Marvin the Martian. You know. A tank robot? Really? I don't know where I'm going with that. Nevertheless, we got Photon Missile. And Photon Missile is going to be especially great against the upcoming Star Droid, Venus. However, we're not going to be taking on Venus until Part 3. So, I'll see you then.